nothing's right. We're down and out, but together we'll fight. The world has abandoned us, left us behind, but we're louder, wilder, and trouble's our game. In the shadows and nights, we find our spark. Through whispers and cries, lighting the dark. We'll rise from the ashes, burn through the pain. Kindred spirits, wild hearts in the rain. No longer will we be silent. Boy, will we abide? Boy, stands to rise like a riot. Hearts as one, side by side by side. Nothing's the same, nothing's right, we're down and out, but together we'll fight. The world has abandoned us, left us behind, but we're louder, wilder, and trouble's our game. In the shadows and nights, we find our spark. Through whispers and cries, lighting the dark. We'll rise from the ashes, burn through the pain. Kindred spirits, wild hearts in the rain. No longer will we be silent.
Yeah.
No more will we abide. Voices rise like a riot. Hearts as one, side by side. The broken and the beaten now gather around. With defiance unbroken, we reclaim our ground. Your chains couldn't bind, their words couldn't tame. We walk through the ruins, dancing in flames. Together we stand, divided we fall. The echoes of rebels will answer the call. In the chaos we're kings, in the rubble we lay. Our anthems wild forever will sway. Through storm and fire, our spirits ignite. Bound by the fire, we'll fight through the night.
Okay.
Shadows we wander, faces turn gray, but now we rise, breaking the day. Our voices are thunder, our hearts are one. In unity's power, we'll never be done. We're stronger than ever, we'll never hide. With hearts as our beacon, we'll be the guide. Through storms and darkness, we'll soar high. Together forever, reach for the sky. Lost in the city's roar, we find ourselves knocking on destiny's door. No more tears on these streets of stone. With flames of hope, we stand all alone. Each promise we make is a star in our sky. With dreams we create, we'll learn to fly. A chorus of courage, no longer apart. We're bound by the beat of one single heart. We're stronger than ever, we'll never hide. With hearts as a beacon, we'll be the guide. Through storms and darkness, we'll soar high. Together forever, reach for the sky.
Greetings.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome.
Hey, Sarah, that song was great.
It was awesome.
Thank you. It'll drop tomorrow.
Yeah, too bad that video sucks, but I'm not.
You trying to find copyright-free stuff?
The Vikings with the inked up faces, man. Oh God,
Too.
where'd you dig
That
that
was
up?
great.
It was free stuff, so I can stop getting copyright claims. Because I keep getting in trouble for everything. I make original content now, and YouTube takes it down for spam. Can't win.
I got
Hey, cooking.
I got a copyright claim today of a video of my dog barking. Apparently, my dog sang a song. It was copyrighted. My dog was.
Right.
I swear to God, my dog sitting on the couch going, and it got a copyright claim.
Of course it did. Well, like I said, I woke up yesterday and a short I made that had like 100 and whatever views got taken down, and they told me it was spam. They're like, check community guidelines, and I'm like, what? Where does it say that I can't make AI things at all? Nowhere. So, anyways, it was just Mark Zuckerberg saying that he would put anybody in Facebook jail who didn't subscribe to me on YouTube. So I don't even understand how the cross-platform problems, because I have it up on Facebook and I'm not in trouble there.
That's so
I
crazy.
told,
Where
I
are
told
you?
Beth, I told Beth before we came on to stop playing with the buttons. And she kept
That's
playing
Beth.
with the buttons. Now she's sitting there wondering what happened. And it's
I
like,
got
Beth, I hear you calling, but you can't come back right now.
No, she totally could. She could hit the link again. It's crazy.
Just believe that coming.
Anyways, so today, everybody, the awesome topic is spies. Now, Dan made a long list of all the spying things he's done. Right, Dan?
Something like that. But it don't matter. It's in the trash can now, Beth.
He hits the delete button. He's like,
No, Dan, no, Dan, no, Dan.
Come on, Dan,
Dan.
give us your family secrets.
All right, let me tell you about one of my most favorite spy things ever, right? Get Smart. Beat that. In
Yeah,
fact,
that was
Get
good.
Smart, he was in every episode except one because they literally did the same episode again. And he was like, no thanks. And so, what's his bucket? Took the spot with 99. What's his name? That comedian.
Jaime?
Bob
The guy who
Hope.
played
Bob Hope.
Jaime?
Bob Hope took.
Bob Hope?
Yeah, Bob Hope did.
No way.
Yeah, wait.
Wow.
Right?
Talk about big stars.
Right?
Woo.
I
And
didn't
hi
know that.
everybody out there in chat too. Sorry. I got sidetracked telling the story.
Dang.
But anyway, did you guys ever see the first episode of Get Smart?
Yes.
Probably, but
The long time
not like
ago.
on purpose.
Well, it's about Mr. Big, and Mr. Big's I don't know what his actor's name is, but he also played in Star Trek, the original series. But he was a little midget guy. Anyway, he's cool, and he was in charge of chaos, right? And he was Mr. Big. When they found out who Mr. Big was, they were like, and I was like, oh yeah, sign of the times.
Does anybody get the feeling that maybe, just maybe, Chance might have tutored her on this tonight?
Get Smart is something I know about.
I've seen probably every episode of Get Smart more than once. As a matter of fact,
Hey, Gregory.
I did a review for some Get Smart comic books, and they're up on the Daily Dan blog.
No way. I'm going to have to see that, Jen. I love...
Yeah. 3 or 4 of them, actually.
Wow.
You should put them in your community post and then drop them to people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like I'm going to go
Dusty Steely.
man.
Well, hey, look, I claim I'm going to do
I'll
stuff.
see them. I'll pop them up there one day or something, you know.
Starkey, behind you.
Spooky
Quick,
Fat
behind you.
Daddy.
Starkey, look behind you, quick. Quick, look.
What's behind me? What's behind me?
No,
Something behind
there's
me?
a monkey. There's a straight up monkey behind you.
Oh, yeah, that's my fairy monkey. But she doesn't have her wings right now.
But I don't care. Now there's something else behind you. Starkey, what's happening? What's behind you, Starkey? Starkey,
It is crazy. For some strange reason.
I promise no giant pickle jokes, but you're making it really hard.
That thing reminds me.
Starkey, his ninja pickle.
It's my ninja.
Wait,
That thing looks like it ought to have a 5-horsepower motor on it.
It's a punching bag.
At first I looked at his face.
Well, I know a few places it can punch.
Doll from,
That's only this big. Y'all can tell difference.
I'm sorry. What was that, Tracy? Who?
No, it reminded me of the. At first, it looked like the Zuni warrior doll from Trilogy of Terror with that little knife. It was going around for Karen Black. I don't know if you ever saw that.
No,
you've got to see that. You've got to see that. Ah, Zuni warrior doll.
Oh, Silver Diamond. I guess somebody won there again.
I used to smoke that.
We probably all did. What? We said diamonds are a hell of a drug.
I wish I could find out.
Haven't you ever done some diamonds? You just put some in a row and you diamond, right? No.
You put them in I've been thinking about getting my nose hole professionally done correctly because it's kind of crooked. I can't use it. It grew up and stuff.
Mine didn't work out well because apparently birds just pull it out and it's very painful.
See, I do not have little things with fingers or beak.
I swear to God, this is the second time this week I've been ambushed.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead.
I swear to God, she said spies like us, and I'm expecting Chevy Chase, Dan Aykroyd, and movie talk. And she's just like, nah, we're gonna talk about any damn thing.
We are. Don't you remember where you're at? It's Thursday, Dan.
We can talk about
Thursday.
anything.
And then this
Whatever
guy
the
named
topic
Shane.
is,
Let me tell you
I
about
want to
this.
hear what you had to say. I think it's
I know.
cool.
I
I
was
love
on
that
this
shit.
show with this guy named Shane, sick 1110
Oh,
something.
yeah.
Yeah. And
Good
he's like,
fucking
come on our show,
Lord,
man.
Dan.
He's like, y'all come on my show and we'll talk about movies and stuff and everything. And I'm like, okay. So I get the link and I show up to talk about movies, and these motherfuckers start talking about masturbation and the
Oh.
proper ways to
You
bang
brought
it.
up with you brought,
I was
you
like,
brought up
what
a
the
pickle.
fuck? How the hell did I wind up here?
Well, Easy, you gotta remember. Well, some days we definitely talk about movies. In here, Snarky, I don't know where that picture came from.
The interwebs.
Right?
That was funny.
But anyways, the moral of the point of the story here is, Dan, please regale us with tales of spies. I said stuff about the thing. Get smart.
Dan, settle down.
Get smart though.
Only
One of my favorite
only
things.
thing I know about spies is what I know about them old double knot movies. You know that old 07?
Double knot move.
Dude,
The old double knot spy.
Yeah, Jethro Bodine.
Hey, you got the reference. Most people wouldn't.
Well, I'm old, so what can I
Me,
say?
I'm old too. Sarah watches stuff like that instead of horror.
Oh,
so
you came out with some great shit, man.
well, look, life's horrible enough. I don't need to be reminded.
The most disturbing episode of the Beverly Hillbillies this week. I sent it to Sarah, I think. Did I send you
Yeah, I
that?
started watching it and I fell asleep. I'm sorry.
Oh my God. So this little old man sells his hotel and he's silver mine and gets thousands of dollars and thinks he's rich and goes out to Beverly Hills and stays with the Clappets. And he's wanting everybody to take him to wild parties and orgies.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I
Oh
have
my
never
God.
heard the word orgy used so much in a fucking Beverly Hillbillies episode.
That's where I learned that word.
I swear. And then Drysdale has all the secretaries dress up like harem girls, and he's
I
sitting
remember
on
that.
having the secretaries feed him and the guy from the hills when his wife busted him. But this episode today wouldn't play. It's wrong on so many freaking levels.
I saw the one where he had him dressed up as Playboy bunnies. It was great.
Hey, Tapatio, say kiss.
Oh my God! Is
Hey,
Baker
Tapatios.
is Baker Drysdale a McMahon?
Oh,
What?
Is he a McMahon like Vince McMahon?
you know, I'm not sure.
I don't
But
even know what that means.
Yeah.
Oh, Vince McMahon. He's a wrestling guy.
he's
I'm sorry. I went retarded for a minute.
dead
I am so
now.
sorry.
Okay, Vince McMahon is the wrestling
Yeah,
owner
just
who's been on trial for sex trafficking and pooping on girls' heads and all that shit all over the news lately.
oh, gross. Awesomely gross. Okay, that was gross.
He's still a little bit better than Prince
Help. How you doing?
Andrew. So he's a step above Prince
Hey,
Andrew.
JC.
Hey, JC. It's not for me to kink shame. It's actually against me to kink shame. But I doubt. I don't know if the girls actually consented or if maybe it was a power play, kind of some other type of something that just makes it feel even dirtier than shit on the head.
Well, I just think that I don't want to know about people consenting to things like that.
And Tapatios is here. What's the shit, y'all?
Now, everybody should definitely check out Tapatios and, everybody always, but Tapatios and JC, they're out there doing the Fifth Amendment stuff. They're keeping us safe and informed, and we appreciate that. And also, JC and I collaborate on interesting song things, whatever you want to call them.
They do. They're funny. They got a certain Jacksonville, Arkansas quality to them.
Probably because it's from there. You're welcome. I hope it's your channel grows. Thank you. I appreciate it. I hope all our channels grow.
Good man.
It's important that we help each other out at all times. We're stronger together always. It's just a hashtag fact. When like the song said, divided we fall. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tired of being like, oh no, people are falling around me, and I'm like, you don't have to. You could just not, and people could just gonna go, no, I'm gonna because I'm like, okay. Well, let me know.
That's why we're trying to keep everything funny here, unless it's like specifically says
But,
we're going to talk some real shit tonight.
yeah, I
Otherwise,
mean,
no, the facts are fictional. The numbers are all willy wonky. Don't believe nothing you hear, see, taste,
Okay, here's
or
one person.
desire.
Anybody in chat know, or anybody on panel, does anybody know what happened to a YouTube channel and the guy and girl that run it? And it's called AAP Homestead.
I've been
Familiar.
wondering what happened to them. I hadn't seen him around in forever, and I couldn't remember how to spell the channel to go find him.
They don't have to worry about it because the channel ain't around no more. It's gone. But it's weird because about 2 months ago, they were having some really bad weather. And they had reports. And the last videos they made were about tornadoes in the area. And then, like, a week later, their channel disappeared. And I've heard nothing about them or seen them, not seen them on YouTube or none of the people that we all associate it with know anything about them. It's kind of weird.
Right, and also, what would that have to do with the channel disappearing? Because you have to
weird.
delete it. So, weird.
Where are they from? Do you know?
I really like them guys. They helped me get my channel started doing their.
They used to help with me, mine too for a while, but then my priorities changed and I had to go do other things. But then, I hadn't seen them since sometime last year, I think.
No, when I first started my channel, I went on there one night and they got me like 53 subscribers in one night, and that's when that's my first 100.
Wait,
that's cool.
Where were they from?
I think Michigan.
But the dude, he was born in South Carolina. He was a South Carolina guy.
The reason why I asked is I thought maybe it's because they had hurricanes or something. They lived down here, but that's pretty wild.
Back when they had that bad tornado outbreak up there, it was the last I heard from them.
Yeah, they also did metal detecting and magnet fishing. They did all kinds of stuff. They were pretty cool.
I like that.
They had just bought a farm and they were turning the farm into this growing crops kind of thing.
Wow.
Well, talk about some more channels that disappeared. What happened to
we'll just leave it at that. They were growing some crops. They were kind of a 420 channel. So
they were a lot that. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I love these guys. I love these guys.
I got subs for them. I met a lot of people from there, some people I still frequent off and on today. I had good times there. Yeah, but there's other channels I noticed that have been gone too. Like, Hoff. Like, what happened to him? He came back strong with a new channel after his other one got taken down, right? I guess he's gone now again. I don't know.
I want to give when we're talking about channels, it's not around no more, and I really want to wish him the best of luck. And I'm talking about Eric Wood, Paranormal Highway, Gypsy Road guy. He's been going through some really, really fucked up medical issues. And he turned all his channels over to his brother, and he's just kind of staying off YouTube and dealing with his own stuff. Personally, I think he's turning into an X-Man because he had this experimental shot on his knee, and I warned him not to do it. I told him he would turn into a fucking mutant, and it's probably happened. He probably looks like that goddamn beast guy now, hanging upside down by his big blue feet. Just saying. I told him not to get that shot in the leg, and he's been gone ever since.
Yeah, I just really do not know what's happening. I've seen some channels that I thought should be taken down because they uploaded porn, and I saw it and I'm like, why am I seeing this? And they're still around, so I don't get it. It's all just very arbitrary.
It wasn't porn, it was a movie trailer, and they didn't have no right to take that channel down.
Well, I'm not talking about your channel.
Okay.
Dude, that trailer got me in trouble on Twitter when I shared it out.
One Life Force video with one girl walking around naked, and YouTube loses its fucking mind.
Right.
Imagine that.
And I got in trouble on Twitter because I shared it out, and I was like, ooh.
I had a channel called
Goodness
WDance the Good
gracious.
Stuff get taken down over movie trailers.
Yeah.
I've seen them
Crazy.
take them down. Now listen to this.
And
I've seen them
he
take them
again
down.
records them. Sorry, go
I'm
on.
sorry. Sorry, Sarah.
Go ahead.
But I've seen like serious art films and like serious like pieces of artwork from museums, and like they have the Venus de Milo and all these happy horseshit people, right? So they have it, and you know what? YouTube told one of the guys that they have to like pixelate the bad areas. I'm like, this is freaking artwork. This is like real live serious shit. And they went.
I like Tracy. She makes a good case to keep the porn in.
Well, I mean, it's not really. It's not. It's just I'm a graphic designer trade. I've been
where's the line on porn? There's just like everyone draws their own line.
Let me just point this out. There's videos all over YouTube of these African girls dancing around naked, shaking their boobies. There's videos all over YouTube, of these women whipping their big jugs out and breastfeeding.
Yeah,
but I can't show a 10-second.
There should be.
I can't show a 10-second clip of an attractive woman.
I think if it's all allowed, it should be all allowed, right? But see, the thing is, YouTube won't change their policy for 13 and over
because and nobody's and so many people abuse policy and whatnot anyway.
Oh, I really
Tracy,
want
drop
to abuse
type in chat for JC.
Okay.
I want to abuse policy so bad. I want to hurt policy's feelings.
Dude, I got YouTube so good when they took down my original content. I told them to go fuck themselves. Yep, got them.
I bet they felt it.
Yeah, they did. The one person did type in there that it was pretty funny that I told them to go fuck themselves, and I'm like, well, my original content is spam.
Has anybody on panel ever been a spy?
Well, yeah, sure. Depends on what you mean by that.
Well, it doesn't have to be resume quality.
I mean, I did sneak around the house buying Christmas presents.
I wasn't really a spy, but it felt like it because I did like 6 months working with this private detective, and we were like doing stakeouts and watching people and trying to catch people cheating on each other and all that crap. And it was a nightmare. I didn't like it. It was a nightmare. But
I bet.
I did it for a while, and I did. I tried it. That'll teach me to watch the damn Rockford Files.
I loved watching the Rockford Files, man. My mom really thought dude was handsome.
Oh, yes,
I thought being a private investigator would be just so damn cool. Till I spent 12 hours in a car watching a house pissing in a milk jug, and then I watched.
Wow.
You couldn't leave because you had to sit there and watch the house.
I'm trying to remember what was it about it that made me change my mind that I had to do my own billing and bookkeeping and schedule making and think that I felt like it would just be too gosh darn much stuff because it's so regulated and whatnot. I mean, you can't just go put up a shingle. You gotta get educated and take tests.
What you do is you hire on to an agency as an apprentice, and they'll hire.
Do that. I don't know what they do now.
They'll hire pretty much anybody to be an apprentice. You don't really need law enforcement background or nothing. The main thing you need is a carry permit so you can carry a weapon. If you got the carry permits to carry your weapons, then you probably can be a private investigator or a bounty hunter and take the classes.
See,
it's probably because I'm crazy and I can't carry a gun.
Well, see, I at one point looked into doing becoming a bounty hunter. Right? I'm like, well, I got skills of something maybe, and then I looked into it. I was like, yeah, no, maybe I just won't be zero. I think I'll skip that.
My hero.
But I had somebody that was going to take me on to work with them and everything, and I was just like, nah, I kind of don't want to get shot.
I wouldn't. I don't know. I think that I had such an unrealistic view of firearms and anything about. I just had no idea about the rest of it. Whenever I was, because I was raised around none of it. I'm Southern, but I'm not country. Y'all got to keep that in mind. I didn't have guns. There weren't guns, but there wasn't a dad either. So there was no guys at all. It was just us girls. But I lived with my uncle. He had guns, and
Mm-hmm.
he was packing the truck, and I had been helping the whole time. And he goes, "Grab that gun." I said, "Oh no, sir, I can't grab that gun. No, thank you. I don't feel comfortable or safe doing that because I don't know anything about them, and they scare me." And he yelled and berated and yelled and berated and punished, and it was ugly as fuck. And I was crying because it don't take much, and and it was awful. And is a little bit scarring for a little while, but I really had to work out the crazy shit that happened while I lived with my uncle and my aunt at that time. Um,
Sounds like it.
I worked through that shit like right after it happened because that's when I started growing up. Like I spent a couple more years with my mom, but then it's like reality hit shortly thereafter, and I knew nobody was gonna come and save
Right,
me.
Esmeralda?
But, you know,
Mm-hmm.
what as me.
It was just the opposite for me.
I'm a spy.
I grew up in South Carolina, and I could shoot a gun before I could ride a bicycle.
See, your country and barely southern.
Well,
Well,
I'm
you
Your
were
from
born in.
country and kind of mostly eastern.
no, no kidding.
I grew.
I'm not from the city part of South Carolina.
Mm.
I'm about as far from the city as you could get. I was born and raised in Hooterville, South Carolina.
I love that. I love that. I love that.
I was raised
There
so
you
people
go,
had food for dinner.
Junction.
I was raised so people had here for dinner and track animals in the woods and learn how to hunt and
That
fish
and
and trout line and do all that
got to
hillbilly.
learn a little bit about that stuff when at different times and different ways. I sought it out. I knew that I was going to be able to do it. I should be able to do it. Nobody should tell me I can't do it, even though I don't really want to do it.
Happiest day of my
But I
life.
probably, and by the time I was 21 or so, I was like, I should probably learn this shit just in case I need to do it.
The happiest day of my life was when I turned 16 years old and I got my car and my driver's license and I could take my ass to the city and have concrete under my feet. I couldn't stand the fucking country. And I spent so much time after I turned 16 in cities and at malls and going to movies and shit just to get the fuck out the woods.
I
And
hear you.
my whole young life
Well,
was going places as far the fuck away from here as I could get.
let's put it this way, though. I grew up in Chicago, and all I could say is if you haven't held a gun by the time you're like 13, it's just like a rite of passage. I mean,
Well,
I was like
up there.
23 or 24
Sweet home
before I
Chicago.
held a gun, if you don't count when I was like 3 or 4. And my grandpa hands the big long gun to me. And I understand the concept. I had just watched him been doing it. And
Mhm.
he handed it to me. And he's like, all right, hold it up. And so I held it up. And I knew that I was I looked down the barrel. I had that motherfucker tilted up to the top of the tree. And I was almost little. And I pulled the trigger because he didn't tell me not to.
Wait a
And it
minute,
scared
it
the
was loaded.
bejesus out of him. And they grabbed it away and got on to me for that shit too. And I'd just rather be a hippie, nonviolent, whatever. I am a pacifist, but I like targets and I'm real competitive. So I've shot things, throwed things, and all that. I love it. I love aiming. Aiming
Hey,
is nice.
I'm like you. I'm a hippie and I'm peace and love and hippie music and I hate violence, but I love my gun and I will shoot the fuck out of a bear if it tries to eat me.
I
Well,
don't
duh,
need to have a
yeah.
gun, but I wouldn't mind having
how
those soft whatever guns. Those soft.
you doing, sister? Sorry.
What are they
No,
called? They're little
no,
little
I'm
plastic
not the
BBs,
hey,
rubber BBs instead of metal ones, and airsoft guns.
yeah,
That was pretty cool. You screw a little cartridge in there, and you can have a handgun, and they got all
Yeah,
kind of configurations for other ones.
yeah,
Living
yeah.
in Florida makes me want to own a tranquilizer gun because of all the damn snakes and all that shit. And then
Oh,
we have
you
besides
have to
that,
have a gun in something like that.
I mean, and the gators. Not to mention the gators. What a pain in the
Careful,
ass.
because Have you watched enough stuff to know they only got a quarter-sized thing in the back of their head where you can see them? Otherwise, you need to trick them.
Oh, no way. Yeah, they
Or
go.
get the
They
fuck
flop.
away from them and hope for the best.
Yeah, they flop around. They will go around.
Right. Yeah.
I want so much of that gator hunting show. Them swamp people. I love that.
Mm.
Anybody else? Am I the only one?
Nope.
Nobody knows Shelby? Y'all.
I don't watch that
Mm.
swamp people thing.
No, the last.
I see it on History. Only thing I watch on the History Channel now is Ancient Aliens and The Curse of Oak Island.
That's
All
so
that stuff.
funny. I remember I used to go to the History Channel for actual history.
That is hilarious.
Fucked me up when they did that mermaid thing. I thought that was real. Me and my son, my littlest one, we watched that together. We're like, holy fuck. He's like, holy fuck, mom. I'm like, I know, holy fuck, Dad. It was crazy. But then when they did the little people afterwards, and then we got like internet or something, and I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean mockumentary? People were like, it's right at the beginning. I'm like, well, yes, I never caught the beginning.
Well, I really thought going to Tiger King that it was a mockumentary. Turns out it wasn't. I was very surprised. What a twist!
I wasn't watching things at that point, and I was really glad not just watched y'all watch it. I watched what was happening. I was like, oh, I learned all about it. I know I still don't want to watch it.
Well, anyway,
There's murderers in that show.
Well, it's just an amazing something. Real life is.
You still wonder about that one little old guy. And let me see if I can get the damn story straight. Some girl was selling something on Craigslist or she was selling ads or something, and he had like a scrapyard or something, and he was the last appointment she had on her thing. He said, yeah, she came by, we did this, and that was it. And whoop, there we go. And he never saw her again, but then I think they found her or whatever. It wasn't good. She was dead or what,
shit.
So what were we talking about again?
Okay, it's a case. So like true crime. So like they put him through the system, and I think he had a little cousin or something that was involved somehow who was not real bright, like medically not real bright, and they tricked him. And I don't know what all, but this guy got convicted. But then I think he got let go, and they made a Netflix thing about it. And
does he have like blonde hair? He's like blonde hair.
I would have said grayish, but maybe it was blonde.
It's like, well, he's kind of heavy set, but he lived with his family. Yeah, I started watching that one too, and then I couldn't afford for Netflix anymore.
I watched the very first iteration, and I was like, well, that motherfucker's innocent, y'all.
That's my conclusion. I was like, well, I mean,
innocent. Okay. And then they kept adding parts and adjusting stuff. I don't know at this point. I don't know who killed who. I am not Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
No, but Dan's cool dog is Scooby Doo.
Is that what his name is?
Scooby Doo.
Yeah, it has to be Cool Dog.
That's a great name.
Well, it is on the YouTube channel, anyways. She might have a real name. Oh my God, there's death walking in front of you, Snarky. Skull.
No way, death.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's like if I hit it, if it's like I get like a bonus thing that ups one of my strengths.
Or he takes you out of the game. You're not on paddle anymore. I don't know.
I mean, you could be putting like some sort of like a cast on yourself from that thing. You better watch how you handle that. Maybe some tribal meaning behind it.
Oh, it's totally plastic. ASMR.
Oh,
I don't hear anything. Yep, no sounds.
Well,
no sounds. That's fucked up. Fucked up. That is fucked.
So
I wonder if I can get this hat to stay on the ninja.
Oh. I'd be interested to find out because it's important.
You always have trouble getting the rappers on them things.
There's the ninja.
Dan,
So we give Dan plenty of opportunity to talk about Spy. Not one Spy yet.
That's the biggest one I ever saw.
Oh, hey, look, everybody. Say hi to BK. I can talk. Sorry, BK. Sorry. Anyways,
Hey, BK.
hi, BK.
Greetings, BK.
Happy yay.
He's also on the air, everybody.
What's
In
BK?
Atlanta, Georgia,
Love
or
your
something like
show.
that.
Well, I don't really watch BK. I listen to BK.
Well, there you
can't
go.
really- you can't really watch him much.
Well, I mean, I watch him on Facebook. I go right to his group and I go, oh, something cool, and I go look at it. I do.
I don't do
Yeah, I like your
Facebook.
show. It's great.
We know, Dad. You're missing out on a whole bunch
Nothing
of
but YouTube.
something. He's a purist. Yeah, I know that Dan is only a YouTuber. I know this. I've done this
I
for
barely
years.
can do that. I barely
fact-
can make YouTube work.
Right. In fact, one time somebody said, "No, Dan did all these really crazy things on Twitter," and I'm like, "Oh, he's on Twitter, is he?" They come back to me, "No, he's not." And I'm like, "Oh, who knew?" You can't fool me.
Yeah.
I did my research.
Yeah.
I asked Dan. I said, "Dan, are you on there?" He's like, "Hell no. Why would I?"
Hmm.
I was like, "Oh yeah, absolutely."
That's just more work to do.
He's already.
I got fucking a lot of channels. I got enough work already. I can't keep up with the channels I got. I don't need more shit.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to keep up.
Oh,
with
by the
what
way,
I
what a
have.
great night. It's 69 degrees outside in South Carolina. I can sit outside
Nice.
in a t-shirt with short sleeves and not freeze to death.
About time.
Yeah, it ain't gonna last but till Monday, but it's gonna be nice for the next few days.
Enjoy it.
And then
Very
we back
cool.
to the 40s.
The 40s. The 1940s?
40s come Monday and Tuesday at night when it gets dark.
Oh, I was hoping it'd be the 1940s. Also, I kicked myself out of my YouTube. Ah, there we go. But
Ta-da.
go what now? Oh, I forgot what I was. Oh, Dan, now can you tell us a spy thing, please?
A spy thing?
Yeah, like how you did all your spy work. Tell us about your spy work.
I didn't do spy work. I wasn't a spy. I did some.
Okay,
I did
you
some
can write
private
fiction.
investigation work where you sit in a car and watch a building to see who goes in and out of this house or whatever. But I wouldn't call that spy work. But it was horrible. I did not enjoy it. It was boring. It wasn't nothing like the goddamn Rockford Files.
How many ex-wives you got, Dan?
Hey, no shit. When you saw James Rockford, that motherfucker sitting there for no 12 hours in a car pissing out a bottle. He was
No, because he already got beat up.
Watch all these shows. You watch Dan Tana. You watch Vegas with Dan Tana. You watch
Simon and
Simon.
even Frank
Robert Urich.
Cannon, even Frank fat ass Cannon running around.
Kevin!
Decrepit ass old Barnaby Jones running around solving a crime. All
I
these
dig
people
Barnaby
on
Jones.
TV is nothing like realist. When you're really out there doing private investigating work, it sucks. It's long and it's boring, and there ain't no excitement or no gun battles. It's just you in a car and a bottle most of the time. It's really
That's
Simon versus Simon.
Well, Simon, yeah, Simon's good,
that
but
was a great show. I love Simon and Simon.
but I like. Oh, I liked I like that show too. It's really good. It takes place in San Diego. That was cool. I'm like, I still know those places. Just like when I
That
see
Bruce
things take place in LA.
Boxleitner
What?
or Perry King?
I don't know that. What did you say?
Bruce Boxleitner or Perry King? Wasn't one of them in there?
Not Bruce Boxleitner. No, he was in Babylon 5 and other things.
Yes, he was. But yeah,
but he was in a private detective show. I think
he was, wasn't he? That's what I'm. Yeah.
But I don't think it was Simon and Simon.
Scarecrow and Mrs. King.
I was about to ask you if there was one that said a Mrs. something. I couldn't think of any other part of it. You're right. Dang, that's it.
Well, I liked Mrs.
I know
Columbo.
my private detective shows, buddy.
I watched a lot of
do
them.
the crime if you can't do the time. Also,
Beretta.
Spencer.
I used to like Beretta. Greta was
I've been watching.
badass.
I've been watching the.
Dude.
I've been watching the new Matlock with Kathy Bates in it.
Kathy
How's
Bates,
that?
she looks like she's rocking the shit out of that.
And I have never liked her, but this could be the greatest TV show she's ever done, the greatest acting role she's ever had. This fucking show is amazingly good.
I need to get TV.
I haven't seen the whole thing, but I've seen some clips. It looks really good.
Oh, it's awesome.
She's good in it.
I just watched episode 9 today. I'm caught up now.
Wow.
It's one of the few shows I'm actually caught up on and not 10 episodes behind.
Heck
Awesome.
yeah. Yeah, everybody's having trouble remembering Matlock because it's been so long since it was, since there was a Matlock. And there's like 2 generations of people that never saw a Matlock.
Yeah, I find that very sad because I really liked Matlock. I mean, when it was first on, I was not a fan of it because I'm like, no, Andy Griffith show, people can't have alternate roles. And then I remember what happened to William Shatner.
I think that hurt me too.
Yeah, but then I saw what happened to William Shatner. He's like, I'm Captain Kirk, I'm cool. And then he's like, I'm TJ Hooker. And I'm like,
oh, shoot.
I hated that show.
You talking about Little Blue Riding Hood? Because there was a little blue cop in a blue uniform riding the hoods of cars. Little Blue Riding Hood.
Little Blue Riding Hood.
You had to jump on the fucking car and try to ride.
You sure look so good. If you just lay down in front of that wheel. What? I'm sorry. Is my microphone on? Oops.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got spastic Tourette's.
Used to like Starsky and Hutch.
So I never watched that show either.
I never could tell which one of them was which. I have no idea.
Me neither.
Starsky and Hutch were police officers.
Yeah.
Very cool car, though. Very cool car.
Badass. I also like the General Lee.
That was back in the old days when the streets of San Francisco and
that was a great show. Michael Douglas.
Macmillan and Wife in Columbo. My favorite
wife thing.
I love Mrs. Columbo.
My favorite was a guy named Banamchek.
Oh, he's good. He was good.
Yes.
He had the guy from the 18-minute, George Papard. They only made like 26 episodes, but I think that was probably the best.
Sounds kind of familiar.
And then there was that goddamn Ellery Queen. They should throw that
motherfucker.
They should throw Ellery Queen in a blender and just destroy all the copies.
I used to like Mission Impossible. Thought I had a badass theme.
Dun,
dude, Mission Impossible.
The best episodes of Mission Impossible.
Sorry, Dan, go ahead.
I said the best episodes of Mission Impossible were the ones with Leonard Nimoy in them.
Oh, yeah.
Was he a mastermind?
See, when I was a kid, I didn't like it.
Makeup guy. He would turn into other people and shit.
Yeah, see, and he said, too, that he hated playing that role because it was the same thing every week, right? He had to go undercover, and I'm like...
This is the guy who wore the blue shirt and pointed ears.
Right? That's what I said. I was like, wait a minute. So you're saying is you don't want to be a main character. I got it. Okay. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I don't know. All right. No.
I like the movie Shaft. Thought that was badass too.
It's a great title. Great soundtrack.
I knew you'd like that. I'm not going to make a joke.
You ain't got to.
Yeah, we don't want to get the Shaft here. Anyways,
I could make a joke about a really big shaft for that pickle.
Oh God!
Back to that. Dan's having pickle envy. I'm going to hell. Oh my God, Snarkle. Oh wait, you're Snarkle now, Snarky.
That's a small version.
I've been Snarkle.
That's the small version of that Big River thing she got backstage.
It's just some cheap vinyl, man.
Well, anyways, it offends Dan's pride or something.
Is it his pride? Damn, dude.
I don't know.
This guy wore a beanie.
My pride, girl. I'm competitive.
Uh-oh.
No, Dan, you
know. If you wasn't on YouTube, I'd show you.
Oh.
I have no shame.
He has no shame, everybody. You heard it here first. Dan has no shame.
No filters.
None whatsoever. I have nothing to be ashamed of. Trust me.
Mm.
Of course, you can have the best looking motorcycle in the world, but if you don't never get a chance to ride the motherfucker, it just sits there.
Yeah,
Collects
but
dust.
yeah.
All the saddle soap in the world ain't gonna help that seat.
Oh man.
I
Mm.
don't know what the fuck's wrong with me. Why would I say
Oh man.
that?
Oh yeah, just so everybody
Ooh-wee.
knows.
And yet, this stream still manages to be cleaner than the masturbation stream I was on yesterday.
That'll teach you, Dan. And wait a minute, Dan's been on panel with me when I got porn bombed.
Yeah.
Of course,
Born bombed right now.
Just verbally, thank God.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Tab, I looked at my lips. I'm trying to eat food while I'm talking. Like this. Lip smacking, whip smacking. Cool whip.
Oh,
Excuse me.
son of a bitch.
Cool whip.
Wow.
Numbers.
It started raining to ruin my night.
It's
Oh,
raining in your
man.
room.
Oh,
Yeah, I still gotta take dogs out. Oh shit.
Whoa.
No,
Uh-oh.
you see now when they go out in the rain, it requires a lot more work because you have to have towels and all this shit. You know, they don't. You know, you gotta dry them off when they go back to the house and get the wet leaves off of them and all that bullshit.
yeah, it's not fun.
I hope it quits raining before they go out.
I hope that for you, Dan.
I almost just asked a question. What day
Did
it was?
you?
Yeah. Obviously it's Thursday. We are live. I'm live. This is live. I'm alive. Yes. Okay. All right.
Hey, I'm looking
Anyways.
forward to tomorrow. I'm looking forward to Chance's stream tomorrow.
Oh yeah, dude, he's been talking about that for a long time. That's
The
gonna be
Hogan's
great.
Heroes thing.
About time. I haven't seen him.
Love
in a long
Hogan's
time.
Heroes.
Yeah, you might not love it so much after the show tomorrow.
I've already watched every documentary on it that I could find. Trust and believe. I think I'll always love it.
You know, I love Hogan's Heroes too, but it's really fucked up what happened to Bob Crane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
not going to go there. I'm not going to talk about it, but watch it tomorrow on Chance's live stream and find out
Absolutely.
just how much it was.
Yes, check out Chance tomorrow, everybody. You won't regret it. Or if you do, don't tell me about it because I won't.
You might have a nightmare too, but it'll be worth it.
What? Why would you have a nightmare, Dan?
Do you don't know how the story ends? I'll send
No,
you a
I do
video
know how
of
the
it.
story ends. It's not a nightmare to me. It's more like, oh gosh, terrible, sad.
Sex and drugs and rock and roll, baby.
Anytime one of my
I think I
favorite
stand
stars,
for.
anytime one of my favorite stars passes away, it's a traumatic experience for me.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
me too.
It really is. I take it personally. I'm still not over Nimoy dying. You know, it still fucks with me.
Yeah, I feel the same way. So strange about Kurt Cobain because, like, he and I are well. He would have been the same age as I am if he would have lived, and it's just amazing to think that he never lived past the age of 27. You know, like a bunch of them did. Amy Winehouse,
27 Club, man.
Yeah, Hendrix, everybody. That club is one club you just don't want to belong to.
Well, I already skipped over all that. I'm on 42 now, so there's no 42, 43 club or something like that. I'd be okay. I'm good.
I want to be in the 109 club.
Yeah, there you go.
I want to be up there with William Shatner hanging out, 92 and shit or whatever.
Can you guys imagine me being in my hundreds? That'd be crazy. That'd be so crazy.
No, people are living
there ain't
long.
any nursing home to hold you.
They're like,
we're both gonna have to have gypsy wagons and a horse.
I think I'm already fitted for a special jacket. I'm not sure.
Well, they got my rubber.
Won't like it.
I don't know. I heard they describe it as a body hug always, and I was like, that doesn't sound great. But they said I would learn to love it when I made it 100, and I was like, oh. Anyways, I hope it's made out of bacon, so I can eat my way out of it.
Don't listen to they.
But they said bacon, maybe. Or maybe
Don't
I said
listen
bacon.
to that. Other people say bacon. Me say bacon. Bacon, bacon, bacon.
Right. But so if they made the special jacket out of bacon, I could eat my way out of it and be okay. Then I'd be happy.
They won't. They won't. They won't ever. They'll tell you they would, but they won't.
Oh, you mean they lie to me about a bacon jacket?
They will lie to you about everything.
Not a bacon jacket, and I believed them.
Yeah, they'll tell you anything they
Tell
want
you,
to. No.
I would never tell you. I would never steer you wrong, Sarah Bear.
Oh, and you know, one time on the news though, why I got the idea of the bacon is because this lady, she lived to be 100, and she was on the news, right? Everyone's like, "Yeah, she's 100, whatever." And they asked her secret to life, and she says, "I eat bacon every day, multiple times a day." And I'm like, "There you go, bacon."
Bacon
So
good.
then Oscar Mayer gave her like the lifetime supply of bacon. I'm like, "She's 100. What's
Oh my
tomorrow?
God.
What do you mean a lifetime
Okay.
supply? What does that
Do you
mean?"
ever think? Here's
They
what
figured it was a safe investment.
I never thought I'd walk in a damn grocery store and eggs would cost twice as much as bacon.
Yeah, true.
I saw somebody did a video where it was in Mexico. He just barely crossed over to Mexico somewhere, and he went from $7.85 a dozen, and from his hometown in America. And when he crossed over to Mexico, it was $1.85, $1.49, or $1.84. It was all right around $1.85 for a dozen.
Yeah.
You want to hear a weird thing, guys? I was walking out from my apartment complex down the little strip to the main street, and I hear "Arr, arr," and it turns out one of my neighbors has 2 roosters and 2 chickens. I'm like, oh my God. And now they're
Hey,
getting
Mama
them
Dingo.
here. So I'm starting to
Hey,
think
Mama.
maybe it'd be a really wise idea to invest in your own chicken as long as
Yeah,
he's
see, that's
healthy.
the thing. As
Well,
long as,
I
long as
mean,
you're
they're
zoned
cheap.
wrong,
if
yeah.
you live down there in Texas, you can call up this place and they'll bring you out a couple of chickens and a rooster, and you can rent
Really?
them damn things, and they produce like 2 dozen eggs
You
a
can
week.
rent lots of animals.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's the weirdest thing.
but
It
then you
is
got
the
to
But
have
weirdest thing.
hand contact with birds, and in this day and age, that might not be the best idea.
I
damn
checked
afraid
into
of
I checked
bird
into
stuff.
how you what would it cost to rent a raccoon, because that sounded like fun.
Rent a raccoon. That's the funniest I've ever heard.
I love it.
They come free. They come free in the Chicago suburbs, though. They're party animals. They'll tear your garbage up to pieces, man.
Oh, I
Well,
love watching raccoons.
I know people around here. I know people around here that make raccoon soup and make hats out of them. So hillbillies,
Well,
Daniel Boone style hats.
oh,
yeah,
well, okay. I
they
mean,
sell
well,
them at the
listen.
they sell them at the flea market, and the hillbillies that make the hats, they eat the raccoons because they're hillbillies, and that's what they do.
Ding!
High
Announcing
waist.
me and my long distance boyfriend have just had our 6th digital child.
Nice,
He's
epic.
a lion raccoon mix,
Hi, Lucy.
and his name is Zorro Zedediah
Zorro.
Zoolander, because it's ZZZ, because my baby's always putting little ZZZs because he's always tired.
Mama Dingo, wanting a raccoon is not a bad thing. It's just finding a raccoon that wants you. That's and this is just
I
want to
love
destroy
that.
your
That's
stuff on
right.
your front porch and doesn't want to just tip over your trash cans. Oh, and also doesn't
Mhm.
want to bring all its family members and live in your walls. Like you got to find the ones
Now,
that want you rightly, and not the ones that are going to take advantage of you. Be careful for
we
raccoons
found
that enter
one
your
in a
life.
flower pot in my front yard once, a little baby one, and I fostered it for a while. And its name was Cuckoo, and it was so sweet. And yeah, and I realized after watching just a little cable TV, I realized this wasn't going to go well. I lived in a trailer that's already made out of paper mache and aluminum foil. Damn.
So Mama
So
Dingo,
I knew that the raccoon would eat my house, so we found a rehabber lady, and I turned Cuckoo over. Cuckoo Cachoo is what I officially named her.
I had a pet possum. Like I said, he survived the annihilation of his family. The coyotes came, killed a bunch of birds, turtles, dug up the rabbits. It was a massacre in my backyard. Right?
Wow,
Oh
wow, wow.
God.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the worst ever. I mean, we didn't lose any cats for the first time ever, but we lost everything
Oh.
else. Right? It was bad. Anyways,
Oh.
but the moral of the story is I forgot what I was talking about. But hi, Face. Welcome aboard. How are you doing? Anyways, And this is all about spies. I swear. Dad right now is spying on the rain with his dogs. We hope everything comes out fine.
Now, I raised up 3 kids, and a couple other kids were in and out amongst the time that was spent doing all that. And so I've done some spying. I've went through 3 husbands so far. I've done some spying.
3 husbands, huh?
This is my second, and I told him he's my last.
I have no husbands. I need to catch up.
No,
I would only get married for the UK equivalent of a green card at this point.
Me too. It's like, no, my first husband passed away, and the one I got right now, I'm like, nope. No,
the other one passed away. The one I got now, I kind of whispered that one. The guy one I got now.
Yeah. I have it now. But
I got 2 out of 3 dead. Out of 3 husbands, 2 of them are dead. I was a widow at 24.
Well, you beat me. I was 30.
You were what?
In the 30s.
In 30s. Yeah.
Me and my wife were together. Me and my wife were together a long time, like 22 years before she passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dan.
Oh, and Dan, that video you made the other day when
you don't have to
remembering her, it was very sweet. It made me cry.
Oh,
that was a different one. I've had quite a few wives, and most of them sucked, but there was one good one.
Right.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. You were a serial marriager.
Serial marriager?
Don't make him sound like one of those polygamous guys from like Utah.
I got married and I got divorced, and then I got married again. And we
serial.
We were together for a long time, and then she died, and then I made the mistake of getting married again to Satan. And after the angel of hell left me, everybody talks about angels and how some angels are fucking demons, and you should watch your ass.
You right?
Just because they got wings, don't make them sweet, cute little cuddly angels. Some bitches got bat wings.
Hey, leave
Mary's wear boots.
They're cute. Bats are cute. I stick up for bats.
Oh, dude, we have lots of fruit bats around here. I love fruit bats. They're a lot of fun.
I love bats.
Yeah. When I married a girl named Angel, I thought I was going to heaven. I didn't know I was going to wind up in fucking hell.
Oh,
well,
God.
You get bamboozled and rickrolled.
Like I said, just remember there's angels on both sides.
Lit and gas.
Well, yeah, so I have no husbands. I'm far behind everyone. I won the A. I promise you someday maybe I might catch up. But until then, I got birds.
I always expected to be somebody that was married 6 or 7 times, to where, like, in one state they were like, no, you can't get married in this state anymore.
Yeah.
You have to go to a different state to get married.
Yeah, like Utah.
Well, Tennessee, I know you're only allowed 6, I think.
Wives up there, right?
Yeah, don't feel bad, Dan, okay? Esmeralda probably has about the same scorecard you do, okay?
Esmeralda.
I got that. I should be like McDonald's. There should be a sign hanging over me that says 2 billion served.
Oh,
Oh my!
Oh, you kill me. Oh my God, you're so funny.
I was a bad boy when I was young, but
hey, how you doing? Dan was a bad boy. Wait a minute. When did that change?
It changed when I got old, hurt my knee, and couldn't get around too good anymore. It's kind of hard to be bad when you can't run. You got to be able to get away from them fucking mad husbands.
Yeah, you don't want to piss them off.
Well, I have pissed off many of husbands.
I have too.
I've only managed in my whole life, of all the husbands I pissed off, I've managed to only be shot by one of them.
I only had to stab one of mine.
He shot me in the ass, and it was a funny story because the one husband that got me, he shot me in the ass with a shotgun while I was jumping out the window.
Oh shit!
Well, there you go. don't be a cheater and don't be with people that are cheaters.
Yeah. When he was going to prison for shooting me, I laughed my ass off.
No.
Yeah. As you sat on a
That's a
donut.
joke.
Awesome.
Sounds like a joke.
And then just to add insult to injury, I went out with his wife while he was in prison, took pictures and mailed them to him.
Well, yeah, you're looking to get shot at that point.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. You have a target.
He's like,
on your
I'm going to
head.
keep making these bad decisions.
I got lucky he died in prison.
Like
What?
He died in prison, so I got lucky on that one.
Jesus Christ.
Oh
my God.
It wasn't fun no more. The day he died, I broke up with her.
Oh my God. Well, anyways, Dan, everybody, he's single now.
Probably stay that way after stories like that.
See, good to see you. I hope you're doing good, brother. Good to see you. Sorry, just somebody I've known for like a million years. Good dude, good channel. Got the RC stuff going on, drones, everything you need. Ooh, go. He's a good dude. And believe it or not, I met him through Dan. It's crazy. It's all your fault, Dan. I know good people.
I know lots of cool people on YouTube.
I know.
Not that they'll mess with me anymore, but I know a lot of people. Ever since I started going on shows with Sarah, they've been giving me the cold shoulder.
Oh.
Yeah, I exist. You should be aware of that.
That's all it was in the first place.
And by the way, if they're watching, I don't give a fuck. Fuck all y'all bastards. Especially, and let me call out some names. Let me call out this guy named GG Gorilla Gamer.
Oh,
hey, dude. Hey, you can suck my dick, you cocksucker.
Wow. That's the invitation and everything.
Just so nobody would say I was afraid to call any of these cocksuckers out. I'm not. But I'm gonna be nice and not say no more names, even though there's 3 or 4 motherfuckers that I ought to bring up right now. I like that little piece of shit named Benninger. Are you in the chat, cocksucker? I'm gonna block you if you are.
Oh no,
I don't know who that is.
Did I give Danny a ring?
And by the way, Austin Benninger, let me make this perfectly clear. If I ever see you in person, I am going to bitch slap the taste out of your inbred mouth.
Oh boy.
Where's the? I can't move nobody. This ain't my thing.
Just me out on a live stream.
This ain't my thing. Help! Help!
What happened, Snarky? Snarky, what's wrong?
There's a ninja.
Oh my God, not a ninja again. Dan, those ninjas are everywhere. Watch out, everybody. They're everywhere.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness gracious me, oh my.
Anyway, so this topic was about spies, and we were going to stick on topic, but now I kind of wish we did. It's crazy.
I mean, I wish that Dan would do his presentation. He went to so much trouble. I would love to hear it.
I didn't have no presentation. I just had a bunch of facts.
You said you did. You sure made it seem like you did.
Talking about goddamn Roger Moore being a spy and all that shit. You know,
well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Y'all ruined it. You ruined it.
Sorry.
She ruined it when I come on backstage and she was like, "No, we ain't talking about that shit." But I was like, "Oh, fuck."
Don't you remember where you're at, Dan?
Yeah, well, now I do.
Look, I can memorize some facts. I said
It
some
just gave me
stuff.
a flashback to the other day when I was on that streaming and expecting one thing and got another.
Well, that's not our fault.
I mean, if we're gonna have porn and stuff, we warn everybody.
Yes, you did. Very well too.
Yeah. I think Dan's just upset that he got rickrolled.
Yeah, that's.
I think Dan might be upset he didn't go to the porn party.
That's afterwards, right? Wait, what?
I don't know. What did you say, Fight Club, huh?
Yeah. The first rule of porn club is no fighting. Wait, no, that's not right. That's not
corn. We love corn. Corn is good for you if you put it through some wise solution first.
Anyways,
otherwise, you don't really use much of it. It just comes out in your poop.
Oh, that's a very corny thing to say.
I know about corn, and I know about corn that's not corn. I know about corn that the fuck is corn.
I have a question for you guys.
Here's a fun fact for you. Back in the 1700s, people used to wipe their ass on corn cobs.
I heard that.
That sounds a little bristly.
Well, I'm just saying I'm glad they wiped their butts.
I heard
And
they
maybe
did.
if they started off like soaking in some nice clean water first, it seems highly unlikely. Though.
Well,
I think it's
you
corn.
know, it's like the phrase "blowing smoke up your butt." Like, where did that come from? Oh, because they thought throwing tobacco smoke up your butt brought you back from drowning. And I'm like, what?
Mhm.
I mean,
You
what?
know, you can stick some stuff up your butt.
Hey,
Hey,
Moss
Michael
reviews.
Smalls is in there, man. I've been watching that channel a long time too. I think.
I know I said a bunch of nice things about him. Anyways, but we got well, I just call him Mister, but Moss reviews. Anyways, the other day he made a really cool video about making some lure or something, fishing stuff. It's awesome. I kind of enjoy that
Cool.
since I like to fish and whatever.
I do too.
Cool
Like
beans.
pants.
Yeah,
I like
check
the
it out.
digifish. Like there was that one third place in Zelda where you could go to the pond.
Oh,
I loved fishing in that pond, man.
God,
uh,
no.
I loved oh, what's the name of that game?
Yeah, and I played a couple
Fable,
of video games.
Fable,
Yeah.
Fable. You could fish in Fable. It was awesome. And he'd
Mm.
go, aha! And after he got it, every time it was awesome.
Goddamn Zelda. That Zelda was one of the first games I ever got hooked on and played so much that my fingers had
Played it so much. Oh my gosh. I
I
got to where I could almost do the first who knows how many layers of it just without even thinking. And the kids would like come knock on the door from the neighborhood. They'd be knock knock. Can we watch your mom play that video game? He wants you to play Zelda. I'd be like, okay, fine, I'll spend 30 minutes. And they'd just be like, how do you know where to go? I'm like, look, man, I've
you
played
know
this a lot, dude.
I've been here before, man.
when,
If
when
I
we
knew
lived
you,
when I was growing up in Temecula, right, and we lived in this neighborhood, right. My dad, my brother, and my cousins when they came to live with us, neighbors, we would all get on Windows 95 and other various incarnations of dial-up,
Windows
and
95.
they would all play
Mhm.
Red Alert and stuff, right? So they would have like neighborhood wars of Red Alert. I mean, Nerd Family Alert.
Boy, that was back when you had the goddamn AOL and a dial-up.
Oh, man.
And then you try to
Little thing on the
download
side of the
Hamster
phone going
Dance.
dinga 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 wink 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 dinga 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 to log
Wait,
on.
wait. I'm Fishy
Ah,
Jones.
30
And
minutes to download a
Metal.
fucking song.
Esmeralda.
I'll be on
man, we used to
WinMix.
go in
I'll
all
be on
those chat
WinMix.
rooms on AOL. I loved that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah.
you could go on AOL and you could go to this website called WinMix and you could download any song you wanted back then, and then you could burn it to
Oh,
a
that's
CD. But it takes 30 minutes to download a fucking song.
One song.
Yeah. Yeah.
One
Man,
fucking song. I have
I
like
know.
20 of them downloading at one time. And then when I get them all downloaded, I'd burn them to a CD and shit. I'd have like 10,000 CDs burned.
Mm-hmm.
wow. We don't usually condone people confessing to crimes on our show.
Hey,
We
it's not,
actually
if
we
it's
try
not,
to
it's not
encourage
a
people
crime.
not to.
Hey, it's not a crime if you don't sell them. If you're doing it for personal collection
Okay.
and it's your private stuff, it's not a crime. I was a personal collector.
Well,
Okay.
anyways, you wouldn't steal your neighbor's car, would you? Wait, Dan, I should ask you that because I was about to say then you wouldn't steal your neighbor's wife, would you? That obviously that would happen. What I am
I'm
trying
not
to
going to sit
say
here and
is
say I had
you
never.
wouldn't steal the
I'm
company
not going to
stuff.
sit here and say I had never commandeered a vehicle because I have. But in the country I was in the situation I was in, and the job I had, it was legally commandeered. It wasn't like I just stole it.
I jacked my parents' car a couple times. My dad's I went I jacked once, and my mom's I still to go to Las Vegas.
Oh
Well,
Oh
no.
dear.
yeah, it's anyways, I left my car though with my keys, so I mean she had another car
I don't
too.
think I
So
could live too close to Vegas, like where you could just drive there. I
Well, I
don't
did
think I
borrow a
could live
police car
within
one
driving
time, but
No, I
distance of
can't.
Vegas.
I'm too weak. I'd be at the
when I was
I
a
table.
can
kid,
imagine.
when I was a kid, I took a police car for a joyride. And got in a lot of, I was like 15 and I
Ah,
got in a lot of trouble over it. And I wouldn't even have got caught if I hadn't pulled nobody over.
So Ange and
oh
Barney,
my gosh.
you had their
True
car.
story. Swear to God, my grandpa was chief of the police, and he was going to a police. My grandpa was chief of police, and he went to a convention of police officers in Columbia. And I thought, well, damn, the town ain't safe. The chief's gone. So I loaded up my gun. got his car keys and patrolled the town while he was gone, and somebody was speeding. So I pulled him over and told him they needed to slow the fuck down.
Oh,
And
my
it
gosh.
would have been fine if that cocksucker hadn't told my grandpa about it the next day.
He got told on.
Grandpa beat me with a fucking hose. So goddamn bad, boy. I got my ass whooped so bad.
I was about to say, I would have gotten
I got my ass whooped.
I wouldn't be able to sit down for a month.
Oh man, I had welts on my back, like I've been abused. I went to school, and the teacher asked me about in gym class when I was changing. The gym teacher asked me about the welts on my back and was I being abused? I said, "Fuck no, I deserved it."
I stole a car, pulled somebody
Damn.
over. That's the beauty I deserved.
I was sitting in the smoking area smoking a cigarette with the gym coach talking about it later on that day.
Oh man.
We had smoking areas when I went to school, and I'm old.
Yeah.
And you're
Students
old.
could go- when I went to school, students could go behind the school to the smoking area, and students could smoke a cigarette or whatever.
The area too.
Well, I went to school. We started doing school shooting drills, so that was crazy.
Oh,
We didn't have smoking areas.
nice.
though.
Lovely.
Right.
Yeah,
So
it
I
was fun.
figured if we had smoking areas, it probably would have calmed all the schools down because we could have all just probably had weed and it would have been fine. Nobody would have
I
done
used to
anything.
smell weed in the halls of my school, but you gotta understand. I went to a school with 4,000 students, and
Wow.
yeah,
Hey,
and
here's one for you most people don't realize. When I went to school, we had a shooting club at the school. Almost half the male students had trucks in the parking lot with rifles and shotguns on the gun rack. And,
Mhm.
and we go out for a period about 2:00, and we'd actually
Wow.
have gun practice where we took our guns and would shoot target practice out behind
Well,
the school.
In middle school, I should just say, in Margarita and Vail Ranch, when I went over there for the 2 years, we did archery, right? And
Yep.
this
I was about-
bitch
yep.
is amazing. But you know, at Margarita, the way they had it shooting was shooting like towards the backyards of people's houses, right? It was crazy. So one day when I was in 6th grade, somebody who was in special ed was having a bad day. Anyways, was in PE and decided to start lobbing them into people's yards. Needless to say, we didn't do that anymore at Margarita that year. We did them over there at Vail Ranch Middle School because if you lobbed them, you would have just lobbed them into a field or a wash. So it was smarter the way they did it. But yeah, cops came, everything, took her away. They hogtied her out. I don't think she ever came back to school. She had a bad day.
Oh, if I had
That's
$1 for every time they took me out of school in handcuffs, boy.
I hate Mondays too.
Yeah.
I used to get in a little trouble once in a while when I was young.
What? A little? Huh?
Yeah.
Your idea of a little and mine is way different.
I've been took out of school a couple of times, for like I hit another student with a locker door one time.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
It doesn't
Yeah,
surprise
he had a
me.
knife. He had a knife and he was gonna cut me, so I grabbed a locker door that had been broken off and beat him with it.
oh my God.
And so I grew up in a school where we didn't have lockers.
But I got in trouble because I didn't stop beating him. Once he was
Yeah.
down and the knife was gone, I just continued to whack on him till somebody stopped me.
Damn.
I spazzed out.
I've been in those situations where I wasn't gonna stop either. I
And
get
then-
that.
Losing my temper and losing control like that is one thing I was always afraid that I'd do, which always made me I didn't ever want to hit anybody anyway, but it really, whenever I did hit somebody and broke their face, and then when I did hate somebody and all I could do was picture grabbing the back of their hair and smashing their face in the concrete, I decided maybe adding all that stuff together that I would become a pacifist and do everything in my power not to ever hit anybody in the face again.
And then the good
reminds
one
me-
was I had this
Oh, I'm
friend
sorry.
named Matt, and he was a real small guy. He was way short, and heck, I was 2 foot taller than him back in middle school. And a couple of big bullies were picking on him really hard, and I went up and pushed one of the bullies and said, "Why don't you pick on somebody your own size?" And them big some bitches did. They both jumped on me.
Oh no.
So I had to smash them like Hulk, and then I went to jail for that.
Jeez.
I smashed them
Went to
good.
jail?
Yeah, I've been in dojos since I was a kid, and I'm well trained in self defense. I smashed them good.
Well, see, I forgot what I was going to say. Tracy, what were you going to say?
No, I was about to say that it's like, you know, like in that one scene, A Christmas Story, when Ralphie just like snaps and he just keeps on hitting and hitting and hitting, and actually he got past the point where he does. I mean, yeah, he lost control. He didn't even know why he was hitting. He was just hitting and hitting.
Right?
That's why
Yeah.
I see red, and sometimes I snap on people. It's happened recently too. So
We had noticed.
I was in handcuffs last week, as a matter of fact. So.
Yeah, we had noticed one bit.
Yeah,
I'm not going to ask you how those handcuffs.
I had to open a whole case of whoop ass on this guy last week.
A whole case, guys.
That's what we heard.
Yeah, the case.
I'm not going to go into the story. I just don't even think it's necessary. But some guy was being.
I can tell you about it. But anyways, a guy.
A guy was giving a very young little, like 9-year-old girl a problem.
Why are you telling me this?
And I had to handle it.
There you go. Dan is out there handling the weird thing. Good job, Dan.
Dan is actually the spy.
Dan is a spy. He's a spy on all the weirdos. He's
I only caught it by accident because I was out in the yard chasing giant birds around trying to get a video.
Oh wait, that was at your actual house last Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was actually
we found out about that backstage.
It was in the woods behind my neighbor's house.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom. I want to hear more about this. Come back.
My neighbor's been thanking me all week. Is some pervert 40-something-year-old man had lured a small young girl off in the woods, and I'm not going to go into what he was doing when I caught him, but I asked the little girl right off the rip. I said, "Is this your dad?" And I don't know him. And when she told me she didn't know him, I snapped and started beating him to death. And then the police came and he was beat to death, and they put me in handcuffs and were going to take me to jail. But then they realized I'd had my camera on the whole time, and they watched the video, and then they took him to jail and let me go.
Wow.
Yay. Always record police track.
And I want to put the video up on YouTube so bad, but
it wouldn't fly.
I'm going to have to figure out how to black or blur certain parts of him out.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do that. You're gonna have to do lots of editing.
It's all on camera, you know.
Everything.
And on the local news. Oh God.
Oh, I could just see Dan on the news right now.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be for sure.
South Carolina man instead of Florida man.
The news truck was in my neighbor's fucking yard this morning.
Agreed,
over there.
Esmeralda. Agreed.
I'm pretty sure.
Esmeralda says that was brave, Dan.
I'm pretty sure the news is going to hit the fan all week. And hopefully, they'll keep my name out of it. But oh well.
But you gave him their name, right?
Because you never know what that crazy son of a bitch would have had in his hand. You know, he could have had a gun or a knife or something. God.
Well, anyways, moral of the story is crazy. Now, like, you know, one time I was at the beach and stuff, and like somebody came up behind my cousin, and I could see a knife in his hand, and I screamed out to my cousin, "Hey, come back up here!" Like, now, man. And he was like, he didn't even argue with me, and he just ran back up there, and I was like, he's like, "What's up?" And I was like, "Dude, somebody was about to stab you for no reason." And that's in Oceanside. Fuck me, man. I mean, it was 3 a.m. I might have should have just been in bed, but was not. The Marines, just good times. You've got to have those Marines. Military men. Never mind about that, okay? Well, it's not.
I wanted to be a Marine.
I wanted to be in the Air Force, but you got to be able to read and spell and not be retarded. And I'm like, oh, qualifications I don't have. Okay,
I grew up half a mile from the front gate of the Air Force base, and I didn't want to live. I didn't want to go join the Air Force. I wanted to be a Marine.
I wanted to be an MP.
I wanted to be in NASA.
See, and then I learned about NASA, and I was like, "Oh gosh, never mind."
I went to see stars, but you know, being like dumb and slow, they would not like me.
Right?
I want it to be Chung.
Oh well, see, that's a worthy goal, but that's what we do on Thursdays.
Hey, but I actually achieved my goal. So fuck all y'all.
Hey, I achieved my goal too. Okay, whatever that was, I totally did.
Oh yeah, I'm rocking it.
Yeah, that goal I had, it's achieved. And Daz, good to see you always. What?
What?
Anyways,
I don't know.
all right then. Are we about done? Because I gotta go eat, and I really don't feel good in my stomach. It's hurting.
You better go eat.
Yeah.
And you
So,
take care of
Bobby-
Yourself. Don't get sick
Well, I
no
mean-
more.
I'm trying to be a healthy person. I don't know how not to be. It's annoying,
Tell me about it, girl.
right? It's like I've in my life never been chronically getting all this stuff ever. I hardly ever get sick usually, and then it's like a whole bunch of this and the fevers I just can't keep for no reason. I'm like,
You're getting older, that's why.
I don't want to hear that. That's
Somebody,
a cop-out.
somebody that is drinking out of your drink, and they're out kissing
Mhm.
strangers too.
You know, I can
What?
pretty much drink liquor all night and be okay. Hardly ever get a bad hangover. Might just feel a little.
Yeah, I
rough
didn't get as sick.
Mhm.
I didn't get very
Yeah.
sick when I
I
didn't drink a lot.
I never get colds, and I never get the flu. I never
You're
even
lucky.
had the flu or none of that shit. But I can look at food the wrong way and get food poisoning.
Mm.
I have to be so
Yeah.
careful what I eat.
See, lately because I've been on this Manjaro, so I'm not really hungry all the time anymore. And I've lost weight, so I'm like, I'm feeling good about myself.
I used to
Oh,
have a
awesome.
real bad habit of
Awesome.
food that's bad for me. It's like I know it's going to make me sick when I eat it, like Taco Bell, but I'm going to eat it anyway.
Yeah,
Taco
yeah,
Bell.
no, I agree. Yeah, I've been there and done that.
Once I've managed to control my cravings and not eat the stuff that I call shit, I do a lot better.
Yeah,
You know.
All right,
definitely.
so can we end those guys? Pick it up
Yes.
next Thursday, and we'll
Yes,
have
ma'am.
another topic that Dan will talk about. It'd be awesome.
Cool.
Okay.
Hey, and,
Also,
be sure to join us Sunday.
yes, Sunday, Dan and Pons and I will be talking about. I forgot what we have. It's up on, like,
Disaster movies.
there you go, disaster movies.
Cool.
But we're actually going to talk about them. It's going to be crazy.
Awesome. I look forward to it.
All right, guys. See you all later. Good night.
Ta-ta for
Goodbye.
now. Good night.
Sleep tight. Don't let the big bugs bite. Make sure JC sends me more songs. I'm going to have credits here in a few. I have credits in about an hour. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Happy
Bye,
trail.
y'all. Mwah.
Chicken grease.
Am I truly alive? Or am I just going through the motion? Memories fade and shadows of the past linger. Are we more than just echoes in a world that's constantly moving? Leaving behind a trail of forgotten moments. Can we leave a lasting impact? Or are we just temporary shadows in the sand? Searching for meaning in a world that's always changing. Were we ever truly present? Or are we just whispers in the dark, seeking connection and purpose? I'm alive, yet it's hard to believe. Another year has passed so quickly, memories will fade, but the shadows of the past remain. Are we just echoes in a world that never slows down, leaving behind more than just shadows? In a world where time is fleeting and memories are shifting, we're left wondering if we're just shadows in the sand, lost in a vast forgotten land. Were we ever really here? Or are we just whispers in the dark, seeking meaning without a why? I'm alive, yet it's hard to believe. Another year has passed so quickly. Memories are fading, but the shadows of the past remain. Are we just echoes in a world that never slows down, leaving behind more than just shadows? In a world where time is fleeting and memories are shifting, we're left wondering if we're just shadows in the sand, lost in a vast forgotten land. Were we ever really here? Or are we just whispers in the dark, seeking meaning without a why? Are we just shadows in the sand, lost in a vast forgotten land? Were we ever really here if no one's left to care or cheer? Are we just fleeting moments, whispers in the dark, seeking meaning without a why?